Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets and what changes they should be making post All-Star break as the Rockets open things back up after having not playing since Wednesday. Yeah, last time they played out in OKC on Wednesday. Literally more than a week ago, almost 10 days ago. Had a horrible loss against OKC. Got just their ass kicked, and no matter the outcome of that game, we're still going to talk about what the Rockets changes they should be making going into this All-Star, after the All-Star break, going into the post-All-Star break, and yeah, let's get into it. So, Rockets remaining games, they have 24 games left. They're 13-45, and this is just a disaster in Houston. And for me personally, I'm counting every single game that goes by till how many games are left, because this season's been awful. And I just think that, obviously I think there are some things that could change for this Rockets team going down the stretch. I think that, I don't think you're going to win a lot of ball games, but you can for sure, definitely as a team, work on some stuff as a team, to try to, build some things that you needed to work on for the next season. It could get you ready for the next season. I'm going to talk about, minutes, maybe some minutes for some more minutes for some players. Just some things I think the Rockets need to do the rest of the season to not necessarily be successful, because none of this part of the season has been successful for us, but sort of to just, get better as a team and get ready for the 2023-2024 season for the next season. So let's get into it. First thing, let's just make a clear fact. Stephen Silas will not be fired until the end of the season. Stephen Silas will remain the head coach until the end of the season. That's a fact, and for many reasons. I don't think the Rockets want to make a head coaching change mid-season. If they wanted to make a head coaching change, like at the end of the season, I think they would have already done something by now. Silas would have already lost his job. He's going to be staying the head coach for the Rockets until the end of the season. So that's pretty much a fact. I know we want our team to win sometimes, but you gotta continue to lose it. You gotta continue the losing streak, because right now losing is good for two reasons. To get the first overall pick, and this is not a normal first overall pick. This is a generational talent in Victor Wembanyama, and you gotta land him. Number two, the more games you lose, the more chances. Not only do you have the more chances that you will land Wemby, but also the more you lose and probably the more bad you look, the more chance Stephen Silas will not be returning next season. I know we've been this bad this season, but a part of me still feels like, who knows, I still feel like they could bring him back for another season, which I think at this point would be ridiculous, but at this point I wouldn't be surprised. That's just some of the things you got to do, win or lose type. You gotta. I would say in these final 24 games, I would say the Rockets probably win 3 or 4 of them. I would say, 24. I'd probably say they win 3 or 4. None specific in my head. Just I don't only know if the Rockets would be able to get 4. I don't even know if we'd be able to get to 3, in my opinion. I'm sure some better basketball will happen at the end of the season, kind of like last year. But here's another big factor I want to get to is at the end of the season, you got to let Alperen Sengun control the offense, especially with KPJ out. And also, I can't wait for him to return, because it's not like we were doing good before KPJ got hurt, but the team has looked awful since he got hurt. And I think his return could be decent for the Rockets. But until KPJ comes back, Alperen Sengun has to run our offense. He just that's how I think the Rockets need to run things, and he needs to run the offense. I personally don't like Jalen Green at point guard. I like him staying at the 2, and don't want to ever see Daishawn Nix on the court, yet alone off the bench or starting. And it really looks like Steven Silas is not going to start or or Josh. So at this point, you put Jalen at the point in the actual starting lineup. He's listed as the point guard, but kind of play it like the Nuggets do. The Nuggets, Jamal Murray is the point guard, but Jokic kind of runs the offense. That's what the Rockets need to do for Alperen Sengun the rest of the season. I doubt they do it, but that's something I would do. Would help this offense a lot. Another thing is let Jabari shoot the ball more. In a couple of the Rockets games, last couple games after trading Eric Gordon, Jabari's looked way better. He's shooting the ball a little bit better. He's more efficient. Looks like he has some more confidence. I'm mainly referring to that Heat game where he had that incredible first quarter, had like 12 points, hit like a bunch of threes, ended up scoring like 21 or something, or 24, whatever he scored. You got to get Jabari more shots, especially if he's struggling. Because if he's struggling, I think eventually, and I really do, I really think Jabari's gonna have a really nice post All-Star break. After the All-Star break, I do think he's gonna really, really excel. This was around the time of the year last year we saw Jalen Green develop and become a deadly player at the end of the season. I've been waiting for it, and I think Jabari, this is his time to really kind of do what Jalen did last year. Not as good, because Jalen was like 30, 41, something like that each night. Jalen was going crazy at the end of last year. But you got to get Jabari more shots on the offense and get him going, get his confidence up. I think that's a big key to the Rockets. Also, you got to get KPJ back, of course. I think, obviously, we talk about him not being the Rockets' future, the point guard of the future for the Rockets, but right now he's the best thing we got as a point guard. And a lot of Rockets fans, they talk crap about him, don't want him on the team, but I think Kevin Porter Jr. is actually being really good for the Rockets this season. And I actually, personally, wouldn't mind if he stayed on the team as a starting point guard. But I think we need to see how the Rockets look with him, because personally, we've been ass without him, just as a team. But another thing I want to get to is off the bench. Steven has to give some of these young guys some more minutes. Ty needs more minutes. Josh needs more minutes. And the big guy that I think needs more minutes is Usman Garuba. He's a big part to what the Rockets do. He's a really good rebounder. He's actually a really good three-point shooter as well. And you have LP, a guy who needs like 30 to 33 minutes a night, and Garuba can only get like 12 to 15 a night. But if I'm Steven, I'm boosting Garuba's minutes to 18 to 20. Garuba's an excellent player. He's a guy who's going to get you a lot of offensive rebounds. The amount of offensive rebounds he gets on a night with low minutes is just crazy to me. He could score, get you some second chance points. He can also hit the three ball. He's been pretty decent at it this year. I think he's shooting like 55%, but that's on like low attempts, but he's made a lot as well. So for a backup center, he's a really good shooter, and I almost said something there. He's a really good shooter. He's a really good player as well. And with Bruno Fernando gone, the bench is wide open for him. There's nothing stopping him. So I definitely think the big guy that needs more minutes off the bench is definitely Ty Washington, but as well as Garuba. Garuba needs some more minutes. And also, one more thing that counts for the whole team, this team has to stop turning the ball over like they do. They don't play good team basketball. And I like to, obviously they can't change that like that, but they can't change it like in a snap and it all be fixed. But they can work on this stuff in these next 24 games and try to work on this stuff for the next season, come together as a team and try to possibly work on a couple of those things as a team that they struggle on night after night after night, and get ready for the 23-24 season. Your season's over. The best thing you can do right now is continue to lose and hope that you get a generational talent to match with your front court in Jabari and Alperen. But you got to work as a team, because if this guy, 7'2", Victor Wembanyama, good shooter, called the next KD, comes in with a dysfunctional offense and a team, it's not going to be good. We got to work on some things. I don't know whether that's done at practice or the games, but I think there are some things with this Rockets team as a team and also as coaches and Steven Silas and his staff can definitely work on to make this team a little bit better for the next season. I know Steven Silas isn't going to be likely back next season as the coach. I think he knows that. I think he's really frustrated as well. But if he cares about these guys, which I think he does, and I think he knows he's going to lose his job, the least he can do is help them out and make sure they just do not continue to F up. But I really think that this team can definitely make some changes to work on their team chemistry, the way they play basketball each night and out, and getting their ass kicked. And I think there could be some changes for the Houston Rockets to be able to fix some things that are going on with their team. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and that's it for the video. Peace out.